So I don't think anyone would have expected George Russell to be on pole position for the Hungarian Grand Prix. While Mercedes have certainly improved, the team aren't quite on the level of Ferrari and Red Bull yet. And Hungary isn't a track that should suit Mercedes, and yet somehow Russell managed to take pole. So how on earth did that happen? And what on earth's going on with Max Verstappen's car? Well, let's take a look, but before we begin, if you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe for more Formula 1 content. And you can follow me on Twitter at James_Formula1, and there'll be a link in the description. Well, as I say, the Hungarian Grand Prix shouldn't suit Mercedes. It's a track that's full of low speed and twisty turns and is bumpy by nature, so it isn't a traditional Mercedes circuit. And even though the weekend started off decent in the first Friday practice session, FP2 saw the team drop way down. This was due to the team experimenting, and they admitted that they went the complete wrong way on setup. And then in the rain in FP3 the team were absolutely nowhere, with both Russell and Lewis Hamilton unable to generate heat into their rear tyres, meaning they had no grip. As I'm not exaggerating when I say it looked like the team would be knocked out of Q2, given their pace was so bad. But in qualifying, the track became dry and started to become quicker as more rubber was laid down during the hour. And even though Russell on his final lap in Q3 wasn't as quick as the Ferrari in any of the sectors, he was the tidiest in the last corner. I mean, it's a long right-hander where you have to be patient, and not only did he take the perfect line, but he also got on the power so early without spinning up the rear tyres, which helped propel him to the checkered flag well and got him pole position. But there's no doubt that new Mercedes upgrades have also helped Russell to pole position. For this weekend the team introduced new rear wing tips to increase flow acceleration under the rear wing. The car also has an increased camber wing, as well as a new slat to the halo fairing to improve flow to the rear of the car. These upgrades help increase downforce and reduce drag, and they've obviously made the difference. And combine that with the W13 just coming alive on an ever-developing track, it helped bag George Russell's and Mercedes' first pole of the season. The team have struggled with one-lap pace this year, but for once in qualifying they got the tyres in the right window and had a balanced car. Now I know Hamilton only got 7th, but he was on for a good lap, but his DRS stopped working, meaning he had to abort it. So there's lots of improvements for Mercedes then, and team boss Toto Wolff was obviously elated with the result and told Sky F1, "That's a solid result. We were always off the pace on a single lap, and now we're on pole, so let's see what we can do in the race. If we have the pace, then I feel like we are in the fun and games at the front again." Well, Verstappen had a power failure on his outlap prior to his final lap in Q3. As a result, it's put him in P10 for the race, with both Mercedes and both Ferraris ahead of him. Now going into this weekend, Verstappen took his 4th gearbox and the final permitted elements for them, so he's already on the brink of a grid penalty. But on top of that, Red Bull advisor Dr. Helmut Marko has admitted that Verstappen will need to take a grid drop this season due to needing more power unit parts. He told Motorsport Total, "This will come for us as well, and we just have to choose a track where you can overtake relatively well. If you look at the next races, you will certainly come to a track that we have chosen." Now you would have thought Red Bull would do this around Spa or Monza, given those are tracks where you can overtake. But with this failure in Verstappen's power unit in Hungary, if the team can't fix it, they may be forced to take a penalty for the Hungarian Grand Prix, which would make life even harder for them. I mean, Verstappen is already starting 10th with that issue, and Perez is in P11 after his disastrous qualifying. But if Verstappen is forced to take a penalty in Hungary, getting into the top 5 will be a huge challenge, as it's so hard to overtake around Hungary, even with these new regulations. And responding to Verstappen's issue, team boss Christian Horner said he was obviously trying to reset sensors and so on to cure it, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. But what do you think will happen? Let me know in the comments below. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.